Did you know that the Catholic Church, one of the most influential institutions in history, has a mysterious origin that few truly understand? Many believe that it was simply founded by the Apostle Peter, but the reality is far more complex and even controversial. The truth behind its creation is filled with power struggles, historical twists, and decisions that shaped the course of Christianity and the world itself. But here's the real question. Who actually founded the Catholic Church? Was it really established by Jesus Christ himself, as some claim? Or was its formation a result of centuries of political and religious evolution? The answer might not be what you expect. Before we uncover this hidden history, do me a favor. If you love diving deep into biblical mysteries, historical revelations, and faith-based discussions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. And hey, if you enjoy content like this, smash that like button. Not only does it help the channel grow, but it also tells me that you want more content like this. Now, let's get started. Understanding the true origins of the Catholic Church isn't just about knowing historical facts. It's about uncovering the foundation of one of the most powerful religious institutions in the world. If we don't explore its real history, we risk believing misconceptions, myths, or even manipulated narratives that have shaped the faith of billions over centuries. Think about it. If the Catholic Church wasn't founded the way many people assume, what does that mean for its authority, its teachings, and its role in Christianity? If we fail to examine this question carefully, we might overlook crucial details that could change the way we understand not only church history, but the entire development of Christian doctrine itself. This is why it's so important to get the facts straight. Because knowing who really created the Catholic Church isn't just about the past. It's about understanding the faith, traditions, and beliefs that continue to influence the world today. When people ask, who founded the Catholic Church? The most common answer is simple: Jesus Christ himself. Many believe that the church was directly established when Jesus told Peter in Matthew 16, verse 18, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." This verse is often cited as proof that Jesus personally instituted the Catholic Church and appointed Peter as its first leader or pope. However, while this is a widely accepted belief within Catholicism, the historical development of the church is much more intricate. Christianity began as a small movement of Jesus' disciples in the first century, spreading through the teachings of the apostles. At that time, there was no centralized institution known as the Catholic Church. Instead, there were various Christian communities, often facing persecution, gathering in homes and secret places to worship and spread their faith. It wasn't until centuries later that Christianity evolved into an organized religious structure. The word Catholic, meaning universal, was first used by early church leaders to describe the faith that was meant for all people, not just the Jewish community. Over time, as Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire, it began to take on a more formalized structure, with bishops and councils guiding its teachings. So, if the early Christian church didn't look anything like the Catholic Church we know today, how did it develop into the powerful institution that would shape history? To answer that, we need to look at the major historical events and figures that played a key role in its formation. To truly understand who founded the Catholic Church, we have to look beyond religious tradition and examine the historical events that shaped its formation. While Jesus Christ and his apostles laid the foundation for Christianity, the structured institution of the Catholic Church developed gradually over centuries. One of the most significant turning points in this transformation was the Edict of Milan in 313 AD. Before this, Christians faced intense persecution under the Roman Empire, often being arrested, tortured, and even executed for their faith. However, everything changed when Emperor Constantine the Great issued the edict, granting religious tolerance to Christians. This moment was a game changer. It allowed Christianity to emerge from the shadows and integrate into mainstream society. But Constantine didn't stop there. In 325 AD, he convened the Council of Nicaea, which was a major milestone in church history. This council, composed of bishops from different regions, helped unify Christian beliefs and establish key doctrines, such as the divine nature of Christ. It was also at this time that the church began to define its authority, setting the stage for a more organized and hierarchical structure. Over the next few centuries, the Bishop of Rome, the Pope, gained increasing influence. The title Pope wasn't officially recognized in the way we see it today, but early bishops of Rome were considered spiritual leaders, tracing their authority back to Peter. As the Roman Empire declined, the Church stepped in to fill the power vacuum, providing stability and leadership in a chaotic world. By the time of Pope Gregory I, 590 to 604 AD, the Catholic Church had firmly established itself as the dominant Christian institution in Western Europe. It wasn't just a spiritual authority. It was also a political force. The Church controlled vast amounts of land, had influence over kings and emperors, and played a central role in shaping medieval society. So, while the roots of the Catholic Church go back to Jesus and the apostles, its formation as an institution was a complex process influenced by politics, power struggles, and key historical figures. This leads us to an even bigger question. How did the Catholic Church shape the course of history, and what impact does it still have today? Let's explore that next. The formation of the Catholic Church didn't just change the course of Christianity, it shaped the history of the world. From its early development to its rise as a dominant institution, the Catholic Church has played a crucial role in politics, culture, and society for over 1,500 years. But what were the real consequences of its establishment? One of the most profound impacts of the Catholic Church was its role in preserving knowledge and education during the Middle Ages. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD, much of Europe plunged into chaos, with political instability and frequent wars. During this time, monasteries became the centers of learning, where monks carefully copied and preserved ancient texts, including the Bible and classical works of philosophy and science. If it weren't for these efforts, much of the knowledge from antiquity might have been lost forever. Another major effect of the Catholic Church's rise was its influence over kings and emperors. Throughout medieval history, the Pope often had more authority than rulers, deciding who could be crowned and even excommunicating those who opposed the Church. One example of this was the investiture controversy in the 11th century, where popes and kings clashed over who had the power to appoint bishops. This struggle highlighted how deeply the Catholic Church was intertwined with politics. Beyond politics, the Church was also responsible for spreading Christianity across the globe. Through missions and colonization, Catholic priests traveled to distant lands, from the Americas to Asia and Africa, converting millions of people. While this expansion spread the faith, it also brought controversy, as it was sometimes linked to European conquest and the suppression of native cultures. Even today, the Catholic Church remains one of the most influential religious institutions in the world, with over 1.3 billion members. Its teachings continue to shape moral and ethical debates, from human rights to scientific advancements. However, its history is filled with both great achievements and controversies, leading to ongoing discussions about its role in modern society. So, who really created the Catholic Church? The answer isn't as simple as one person or one moment in time. It was a process that spanned centuries, influenced by faith, politics, and power. Whether viewed as a divine institution or a historical phenomenon, one thing is certain. The Catholic Church has left an undeniable mark on history, and its influence is still felt today. So, after exploring the origins, historical developments, and global impact of the Catholic Church, we come back to the central question: who really created the Catholic Church? The answer isn't as straightforward as many assume. While Jesus Christ and his apostles laid the foundation for Christian teachings, the structured institution we know today as the Catholic Church was shaped over centuries by emperors, bishops, councils, and historical events. From the persecution of early Christians to the rise of papal authority, from Constantine's legalization of Christianity to the Church's role in medieval politics, its formation was a long and complex process. Understanding this history is crucial because it helps us separate faith from historical fact. Many people believe the Catholic Church was instantly established in its current form, but the reality is that it evolved over time, adapting to cultural, political, and social changes. This doesn't diminish its significance. Instead, it highlights the way faith and power have worked together to shape civilizations. Even today, the Catholic Church remains one of the most influential institutions in the world, guiding over 1 billion believers and shaping global conversations on ethics, morality, and human rights. Whether you see it as a divinely inspired organization or a result of historical and political forces, one thing is clear: Its impact is undeniable, and its story continues to unfold. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe the Catholic Church was directly founded by Jesus, or do you think its formation was a gradual historical process? Let's discuss in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into history and faith, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content. Hit that like button to support the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.